Quick note: if you are committing sexual immorality, you are not a victim of sexual immorality. Not by the same token. I am not saying no one has been a victim of someone else's sex crimes, but what I am talking about is a concerning use of the word victim by someone who is committing sin. Temptation comes for you to commit sin, and when you do not resist the devil, you become a victim of the devil, of course, and you suffer when you are in bondage to sin. But the unrighteous act that you are committing, you are responsible for it. And if you cannot admit that wholeheartedly, your identification as a victim is more damaging to you than you may think. What you do is a fruit that you produce, like a tree can bear either good fruit or bad fruit. The tree is not a victim of the kind of fruit it produces. Anyway, I will not make this a bigger issue than it is when people take a victim's mindset about the fact that they are choosing to do wrong. But I think it's quite serious. I think it may be more difficult for a person to recognize that he is an evildoer, which is how the Bible defines a sinner, when the person has a victim's mentality. I totally understand what people mean, but I'll just say that the Bible is not making the argument that the sinner who needs to be saved should identify as a victim of the sins that he or she is committing. For something like pornography watching, for instance, to identify as a quote-unquote victim of pornography, no matter how philosophical someone is trying to be about the porn industry or the availability of porn or even the circumstances that make people turn to porn watching to address the problem that porn watching can solve, I think that just pushes the person away from approaching God with the right mindset to find his salvation and once and for all healing. James 4:7-8 says, "Submit yourselves therefore to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded." I believe a word like that can be dismissed in a way by someone who is identifying as a victim and somehow not 100% responsible for sins committed, which is necessary for genuine repentance and for receiving forgiveness. God's granting of forgiveness can't be on any basis other than guilt being fully recognized and evil being turned away from, to take a new direction in 100% agreement with God as a result of repentance. Sin or wrongdoing is not something to be blamed on someone or something when one is approaching God for a personal saving relationship. There has to be no blaming at all when seeking God's mercy. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. That's what God's call to repentance sounds like.